the knockout stages last time around, and of course the Lions struggled desperately. Do you see another upset, another Pumas victory in the Currie Cup, or is it going to be one of the big boys?
It could happen. You can't write it off because it's going to be a Currie Cup that waxes and wanes with regards the players coming in and out with URC, and if the teams take the advantage. Travis Gordon, a very, very talented youngster, educated at Kes College around the corner. He'll be taking the captain's armband for the Fidelity ADT Lions. This is Darian Lunsberg, played for the Pumas and played a lot of rugby for the Pumas. He's a Currie Cup winner at the Pumas, but he came through the development structures here at the Lions.
Got you.
The man in the middle today, Griffin Colby.
Enjoy. All the best.
And we truly are
got you, Mara.
Here in the commentary box looking forward to what shape this match takes. It could go any way, and there's plenty of young talent on the field. So we're hoping for a brand of running rugby which is undeniable, which the Currie Cup has provided over the years, over more years than any other competition in the world, of course. This classic Currie Cup competition. Kade Wolhuter with the 10 on his back, hoping for an injury-free season. Up it goes, and the province season is underway, as is that of the Lions. Captain Gordon into the contact.
It's outside.
From there.
Use.
Shaping up to take this kick on himself. Not a lot of distance on that. Blommetjies coming in with a full head of steam. No knock on called. Great hit in the midfield by Dixon. What a year Ben Jason Dixon is having.
Yeah, he's going to be a real talent, and I like the fact that he's playing in that number 7 jersey.
Take him back.
Of course, can slot in the lock position as well, as he has at URC level. Blommetjies weighing up his options, always ready to run. Masimla plays it quickly. Dropping to the feet of Davids. Province lucky to retain possession. On that occasion, Lee Marvin Mazibuko head down and move forward. Wolhuter with the quick ball slings it into midfield. Masimla of Wolhuter. Saul taking it into contact. Penalty to the visiting side.
Yeah, straight away we get to see that free-flowing nature that Western Province and the Stormers play the game with. And you mentioned the youngsters. I also love the fact that there are a couple old grey hairs. We saw Scarra Ntubeni, the experienced players, just for the youngsters to stand alongside some of those experienced players. So valuable. Guys like Johan de Jong, Scarra Ntubeni, Yaku Fasahi. A good tackle there, just unfortunately lying and not rolling away and allowing the tackle player to place that ball.
Still, let them get the mark first as well, please. Time is off. We've got to play. Open up.
Oh, bro, as you say, the experienced grey hairs of Ntubeni, but he's had grey hairs since he was in his early 20s.
I know.
But
he brings it. He's been around for a long time, brings experience, anchors that front row.
Here it is, Ntubeni feeds Connor Evans, the youngster who played SA Under-20 just last year. As Province set the rolling maul, rolling towards the touchline. They've redirected very well, and Lions are in trouble now. The momentum inexorable. Province over the line. The first try scored.
Could it be Scarra Ntubeni, the man that we were talking about? Yes, it is. Got his mitts onto that ball, was never going to let go. He was the central ballast in that scrum. Well, not a scrum, it's a maul and drive. But he was in the centre, in the heart of it, got in there. Initially they get drive towards the touchline. They do really well to bring this back, come around, stay connected, not get into a truck and trailer position, and hold that position, and then pump the legs, work it over, stay connected, stay tight, and communicate the whole way through. An early marker has been set by the DHL Western Province team.
Thanks.
This is Kade Wolhuter, 21-year-old product of Paul Ruiz.
Good to see him on the pitch. He's had his injury problems, wants to have a real extended run at the moment.
The strike is clean and over it goes. Flags raised. 7 points to 0. Western Province lead.
Now the Currie Cup's all about taking opportunities when they get presented. When you get into a field position, you're 5 metres from that try line, you want to make it count. You want to go and fetch the points, but you've got to have the whole pack working together as a unit, and that's exactly what happened there for Western Province.
Kick is up from Tian Swanepoel. Great kickoff, and Western Province under pressure. Take it clean out of the skies. Masimla. So there is Juan de Jong underneath that kickoff. Perhaps the most experienced of all of the Western Province players on the field today.
No, no, no!
Well,
No.
Masimla in the end clears the ball. Oh, tremendous pressure from Duncan Saul. Knock on not called, and Van den Berg is streaking away. Moved to the hands of Isaacs, and on the outside, no! It is Boldwin Hansen.
Let's confirm if it was out, okay. Because I've got a grounding. But let's just confirm if it was out. Right.
Wow. Kick return is always dangerous.
It's dry, sorry. Obviously it's dry because we got a grounding. Can we just clear if it's in touch or not, Marius?
Gonna go upstairs.
Okay, Griffin, give us a second.
Marius van der Vesta, isn't it?
I'm happy. I'm happy it was backwards.
The television
I'm happy with
match
that.
official.
I'm happy it was backwards.
Ernst van
If there's
Rijn
something else that he
asking
sees,
a good question.
he will come in with it.
Just querying whether it was a knock-on. This is where they are so dangerous on that counter-attack. This is Boldwin Hansen. Made his Currie Cup debut last year. Did he get that down before his feet went in touch? You see the referee's assistant got the flag up.
Okay, Griffin, we're just going to get another angle from the back to see.
All right, thank you, Mara.
He needs to get that ball down before that right foot touches that line right there.
Like it may just have been dangling over the line. It's really touch and go.
Ek kan nie duidelik sien die voet is nie, maar gee ons net gou 'n kans.
All right.
A good tackle from Kade Wolhuter. Reaches.
So what you're seeing, you can't clearly see the foot out.
Reaches. And very difficult to see whether that foot has touched the line from that angle there.
Ja, daar's niks wat vir my anders sien nie. Nothing telling me different.
So there's nothing that's telling you different for me to overchange my on-field decision.
It's not clear whether the play is in touch, so stick with your on-field decision.
All right, so it's not clear the player is in touch. We're sticking with the on-field decision, which is a try. Thank you, Marius. Yeah.
Interesting call. He, the ref, saying he called it, that it was a try. So it's not clear and obvious that he was in touch, so the try remains. But whilst that was all happening, the referee's assistant had his hand up for the flag to say that it was out.
Well, Boldwin Hansen can celebrate the first 5-pointer of the Currie Cup season against the side perhaps he once dreamed of playing for, having tended Hermanus High. A Cape Townian winger, much like another one in the Lions ranks, Edwil van der Merwe. And Boldwin Hansen certainly could have attended the Edwil van der Merwe School of Finishing on that one. Getting the feet in the air, he's an absolute acrobat, van der Merwe, in the corner.
Yeah, it's about having that awareness of all your body parts as you're sliding in to do the right thing. This is Vaughan Isaacs. Tight one right up against that touchline.
Isaacs watches after that one, and the flags are raised. 2 challenging kicks for the kickers. Successful.
Oh, absolutely brilliant. Good stuff. And what a response from this Lions team. You kick the ball, they're going to counter-attack on you, and there was broken field. The defence wasn't set in front. And in he gets, does Boldwin Hansen. Interestingly enough, he made his Currie Cup debut against Western Province in the first round last season.
That's the experience the Lions have been building forward in the recipient of the kickoff.
It's inside.
Powering into contact.
Use it.
Steve Sitole from a standing start. Moves the Lions a metre or so backwards, but further in field.
Use 9.
Van den Berg looks to orchestrate an exit. Getting a greater distance on this kick. Van den Berg out into touch.
The hand on the ground. Fine with it, please. Okay.
That's a good settling kick there from Van den Berg. After you score that try, you just want to clear your line and get away from the danger zone. But when you play against a team like Western Province, that danger zone exists anywhere on the pitch.
Ntubeni feeds Van der Rijn down off the top for Massimla. Wolhuter under pressure, gets it away to Evans. Wolhuter in position as first receiver again, and Blommetjies takes the tackle. Massimla. Ntubeni muscles up and gets it away to Massimla via the ruck, and now in the midfield a massive hit on Morabe, knocked backwards by Gordon as well as Sangweni. De Jong. Lions knocking Western Province backwards with their aggression in defense right now. Massimla to Wolhuter, decides to move the team forward again with the cross kick.
Knock on.
Very well measured, almost brilliantly received on that touchline. But a knock on, and it's going to be a scrum to the Lions.
Yeah, really good kicking there. That's part of the kick strategy that's been employed there by Western Province. Kicking with purpose, kicking with a purpose to try get that ball back. He very, very nearly did.
Let's set up, please.
Precision stuff, and Angelo David's got up in the air. He's a master sevens player with a lot of gas and a lot of speed. And you talk about danger, well, he presents a little bit of danger on that right-hand flank.
Let's get this going, guys, please.
Interesting on defence, the Western Province have got Marcel Tennyson going into that number 8 position. Kapenaars going into the open side flanking position on the loose head.
Sit! 9.
Western Province desperate to get some gain, and the Lions similarly so. Van den Berg away to Isaacs, and Hansen on a useful angle, troubling that Province defensive line. Isaacs sees some space to kick into. Kapenaars after this, but the bounce beats him into touch. The Lions looking dangerous.
Yeah, it's a really good start here from the Lions at home. Vaughan Isaacs, you mentioned it, hasn't had many opportunities. He's sitting behind a couple of flyhalls like Gianni Lombard, getting an opportunity here in the Currie Cup in that number 10 jersey. Been very good so far and made the right decisions and the right calls, the former SA under-20 player.
That's fine, let's go. There's a good gap.
Scores level, heading for the 10th minute of the match. Here is Ntubeni, just outside his own 22. Evans the target again, snatched away clean for the Lions this time, away to their captain Gordon, off to Isaacs, runs at the line hard, asking questions of Province, and the offload is good from Moore on the outside again. It's through the hands of Swanepoel, and the try scorer Hansen is on the outside. Sangweni thinks he sees a gap down the blind. It's live wire stuff from the Lions right now, and Gordon takes it into contact on the 5. Van den Berg away to Smith, smashed in the hit. Van den Berg to Tyler Box. Plenty of power in that man. Charging forward, and Van den Berg tries to keep it moving quickly, but the ball's slowing down for the Lions.
Let's go 9.
Sangweni with the pick and go now, as the Province defense appears to have halted that momentum for the time being.
Use!
Ruan Delport standing over the ball, passes away to his captain Gordon. The Lions slowly slipping backwards now. Sitole plays it quick for Saki. Sitole! There's a go for the Lion, but Province desperation keeps the Lions out. The home team looking to bang down the door. Breaking blind, held back by his own player, seemingly Janssen van Vieren. Van Vieren!
Wow.
I've got it on. I've got it held up initially.
I tell you. What a movement there from this young Lions team.
Yeah. Time is off. Time is off. Yeah, I've got it held up initially. After the whistle, he might have just grounded, but I've got it held up initially. Yeah.
Played with great
So
confidence.
Marius. My arm position is now dry. I've got it held up initially, but it ended up on the ground. Might have been after my whistle. Can we just have a look, please?
Okay, Griffin, we'll come back to you.
Some really desperate defence there from
Check you for
DHL,
everything.
Western Province. I love the continuity amongst the players from the Lions team, forwards, backs, and then their passing accuracy was absolutely superb the whole way through that stanza of play. He says that he doesn't think it's a try and that he'd called it and then player had rolled over and then went over the line. So Marius van der Westhuizen is going to have a look. Meter out, half a meter out. Peter Jansen van Vieren is the man with the ball there with a number 4 jersey.
Okay, Griffin, at this stage, I've got to play a tackle short of the goal line. And he then works with his knees. We just want to see if we've got a better angle.
Okay.
Very difficult to see from that angle.
So what
Can't
you're
see
saying
the
is they
ball.
was tackled and then
Can
propelled
only
himself forward.
assume where it might have been.
Yeah, just give us another angle or another option for review.
All right.
That's the man that carried the ball over. He's not jumping up and down here to say that he definitely got a try. But the movement by the Lions players to
Might
get
be
into
something
this
else.
position was
Might be a
superb.
penalty.
Some resolute defence.
It might be that he propelled himself forward and then went for the over the line. Yeah.
Impossible to see from that angle, Paul. Really is. You can just get a glimpse of the ball there and you can make out that he must have got it down to ground.
Okay, Griffin, number 4 of the Lions, he's tackled short of the goal line initially. He then propels himself forward on his knees, and then the ball goes over.
All right, just to confirm, number 4, red, white, was tackled before the goal line, propelled himself forward, so it's going to be a penalty against him.
That's correct.
Thank you, Marius.
Pretty much the opposite of a try, Warren.
It's the opposite, and the problem is all that stuff, what we watched was on slow-mo, and if you're doing where you're going to be propelling yourself, you want to see it in real time because you can't
We're
be
still
an
waiting.
accurate
We're still
judge of
waiting
it
for
when it's
the
done on slow
goal
motion.
Yep.
There is an injury to one of the Western Province players as well in the background, which started at the beginning of the movement,
Injured, Marius.
and that player is receiving quite a bit of attention.
There it is.
All right, thank you.
It's Duncan Saul. Caught the knee on the chin.
Head on the wrong side.
Duncan Saul.
All right, thank you.
Oh, that's tough. So Lehman Hartzenberg is already onto the field for
So
Western Province.
his head was on the wrong side, so just an injury, rugby collision, yeah. So he put his head on the wrong side.
This is when Lions were fighting for the line. But the tenacity of this Lions team as they were going for the line, a real contrast from last season when quite often it was men against boys out there in the Currie Cup when they were putting out 19 and 20-year-olds, as we honestly wish Duncan Saul all the very best. A player which has been entertaining the South African rugby public for some time now through the Varsity Cup and then the Currie Cup as well with the Free State and now with Province.
Yeah, he really achieved at age group level under 21s with the Western Province. He played Marties, he's played for the Cheetahs. He's a very talented player, as Duncan Saul. And that is just a rugby injury where a knee has just gone into his head, unfortunately. We wish him well.
It's good to see that he's holding the oxygen mask himself, Duncan Saul. His teammates clapping him from the field. There's the Lions coach doing just the same. Ivan Cash van Rooyen. Bring your daughter to work day, perhaps.
All right, time back on.
The very best to Duncan Saul.
Propelling
Hope he's
himself forward on the
quickly back
ground,
to the
holding on.
field. So great to see him playing in this match, and we do hope to see his name in another starting lineup very soon. Out into touch, Western Province line out on their own 10-meter line.
That was a good series of play from the Lions. They now got to regroup on the 10-yard line. They're going to be line-out feed for Scarra Ntubeni. As we see the very talented Suleiman Hartzenberg.
We had a whole break now for you guys to do that. Can we just continue, please? Thank you.
Trouble at line-out time. For Western Province, almost happened again. Connor Evans taking it about waist high. The Lions are encouraged by that. Western Province try to initiate some momentum on this rolling maul, but the Lions' resistance is strong. But now wrapping around the clear and cynical play from Ruan Smith. It's off to Angelo Davis.
Yeah, you changed your bite and you collapsed. The loose hand.
What can only be described as a clear and
collapse
obvious penalty.
And changing his bind, number 3.
The big tight head prop twin brother of JP. Ruan Smith is a man that's been penalised, very experienced player.
Yeah.
Kade Wolhuter straight away says, I'm going for goal, sir.
The one hand that wasn't bound went
up against that touchline, about 6-7 meters in. For Kade Wolhuter.
What do you make the call here, Warren? Behind the halfway line, a really tough kick.
It's a tough kick, but I tell you, he gets this over, and it just signals to the Lions players that they cannot infringe because they will be punished.
Take a look at that.
Going to be some kick to get this over.
Flat, straight, true. Can I kick it? Yes, you can.
Absolutely brilliant, Kade Wolhuter. You've just sent a message straight across to the Fidelity ADT Lions. Do not make any mistakes. Do not make a penalty anywhere from the halfway line and back. I can knock it over.
The beginning of a message to Marty Leboeck and Damian Willems as well as competition for the number 10 jersey here at Western Province and the Stormers. As the Lions get us back underway, courtesy of Tian Swanepoel.
Backwards.
Juan de Jong securing the ball by hook or by crook. Morabe, very low body position. Masimla. He's been at Western Province since 2012. Doesn't get enough depth on that kick for his satisfaction. And Vandenberg with the desperation, getting his hands on the ball. Landsberg away to Isaacs, and now under pressure, scrambling as Swanepoel. Scrum to Western Province.
Trying to get a little run around play, working there. The Lions, they're trying to pull this ball backwards, but you've got to pull it back, and it's got to be with a sympathetic pass. You can't pull it back and pass the bullet because it just gets knocked on. Needed soft hands in that situation.
Player's booty torn.
What a tremendous turnaround of events for the Lions. Of course, there was
can we continue? All right,
that article that came out that disrupted the camp in the URC, and everybody was
writing them off. But then we'll play with it like that.
They came up against the Bulls at Loftus in a game where nobody gave them a chance. And
Let's
the
go,
Lions came out tops.
Yeah, well, it was 2 games. It was the Glasgow Warriors the weekend before as well, and they beat the Glasgow Warriors. They beat the Bulls away from home. Next game up, they've got this one here, Currie Cup game. They're competing against Western Province. So it's been a good 3 weeks for the Lions.
Crouch!
Of course, down in the Cape, the rugby they've been playing has been absolutely superb. The Stormers have been fantastic. Now it's the turn of Western Province.
Real contest at scrum time on the go. Masimla thinks right, goes left. Here is Jean-Luc Duplessis with an elaborate ball on the inside. Keke Morabe away to Juan de Jong. Presentation is quality. Wolhuter takes it to the line. Blomakeys beats 1 or 2. Masimla waiting for the ball to be presented, but Tyler Box was tigerish in the rack. And on his own 22-meter line, turns over possession for the home team.
No, leave it.
Masimla frustrated at being called away. Isaacs with a hefty clearance under pressure. Wolhuter is opposite number underneath the ball. Blommetjies in support. Hartzenberg there as well. Wolhuter into contact. Similar to Dixon. Dixon on the outside for Hartzenberg. Hartzenberg, this kid's got pace galore. The chip over the top. Hartzenberg is after this. Suleiman Hartzenberg keeping hope alive, but brilliantly done at the back by Tiaan Swanepoel.
I think there was a little knock-on from Hartzenberg as he tried to collect that ball. But geez, a player that can make something from absolutely nothing. He had a little bit of space. He's the kind of guy you don't want to give too much space to, because he'll cruise down that space and just disappear out of sight. Kicks us through. Vandenberg's in front of him. Vandenberg's no slouch at all. A little knock on there, just in that scramble to try and get the ball.
That man there matriculated in 2021, and in 2022 he basically had the year that every high school rugby player dreams of, bar the fact that he didn't get selected for the Springboks proper, but ended the year getting selected for the Springbok A side. Played in the URC, won the URC.
Yeah, amazing. Played for the Ike Tigers, played for SA against Munster and that Bristol game.
Let's get it right, please. Get enough space.
The Springbok cap would have been the cherry on top. But what a year for Suleiman Hartzenberg, and was lighting up the Varsity Cup, and that's how he got his chance with Western Province and, of course, the URC side. But that progression, Warren, is just so much smaller for players of that quality now. You can matriculate, and the very next year, you're right at the top of the game.
Yeah, you can be fast-tracked straight through.
Time back on.
With the modern game and how it's structured. You then look at this Fidelity ADT Lions team. 13 of the players in their 23 have all come through their junior development system.
Well, the scrum battle continues to develop. Hard to say who's getting the upper hand right now. Wolhuter unable to get away from that ball. You seeing anything in that scrum there, Bros?
No, because I was busy looking down at some stats that I had as that scrum happened. But the good point there was the fact that Wolhuter fell over into that ruck, straight away a penalty awarded. So from a Lions point of view, they'll be very happy. They set a target, earned the penalty, can work their way out of this field position.
Out into touch just before the halfway line. That is Tiaan Swanepoel. Comes back to South Africa after a stint at West Harbour Pirates in New South Wales.
Time is off. Time is off.
122 points in 12 appearances for Swanepoel.
He's got a very educated boot as Tiaan Swanepoel. Kade Wolhuter's laid down the gauntlet. And Tiaan Swanepoel's often the man that steps up to try and match it. So it'll be interesting to see when they get a penalty inside their own half what his decision is. You talk about the experience. We spoke about Scarra Ntubeni. You've got players like Yaku Fasaki on the other side. Obviously played for the Bulls for many, many seasons. Got lots of experience. Ruan Smith, Steve Sistoli. It's basically a URC front row.
Time back on.
URC quality front row that this Lions team have on the pitch at the moment.
Fasaki feeds. Landsberg straight off the top to Vandenberg. Box away. That's Sangweni.
Oh, he throws his body into the defensive line.
Absolutely loves it. And we love to see it. To Ruan Delport carrying for the Lions. Vandenberg, they go right again. Isaacs quickly getting that ball away. Driven backwards in the tackle, Matt Moore. Oh yeah, strong running from Ruan Smith. Quick hands from Landsberg to facilitate that. It's become an integral part of this Lions outfit. Landsberg at all levels of the game up to the URC. Hartzenberg back to receive that along with Blommetjies. Blommetjies chewing up every meter. Clayton Blommetjies!
He's just shown his value. He's just shown his value, what he brings to the game. He came back, spoke to his winger, said, just take your time, pass the ball, he got it, and then he took his time as well. He didn't rush it, ran up to that 22, casually kicked it and won all of 50 meters downfield with a really educated boot. Just chatted to him before the game. He is absolutely loving his rugby down in the Cape. He says the understanding he's developed with Mani Libbok has just been amazing. The freedom that he's got to play the game and how he's enjoying it. And I tell you, you see it by what is happening on the field.
Line out successful for Western Province, a 50-22 it was, and now powering into contact. It's Evans, similar away for Tjernison!
You got to go back to that kick. You got to go back to how Western Province defused that situation, dealt with the pressure, banged the ball forward. Then they start with the line-out. They get the line-out. They don't go for the drive. They've gone for all the drives on the other one. Big, strong run, sucking in the runners. Now you got to come around the corner. You get a couple of lazy defenders. You get a tight forward who's moved a little bit too far laterally. There's a bit of space. You get in there, and well done by Marcel Tjernison. That's just winning rugby, power rugby, coming around the corner, playing with pace, playing with speed and tempo, and catching your opposition, not getting the defences set in the correct position.
Kade Wolhuter setting the ball down on the tee. If he's successful, he'll make this a 10-point game, which is exactly what he does. 17 points to 7. Western Province.
That was the water break. We're not going to take one. Yep.
Pre-called move that they had done. They set this up here in the centres. There they go. Now all the forwards are going to come running around. They come running around. And the secret there for Marcel Tjernison, he gets the ball as he hits the advantage line. And when he hits that advantage line, he's not stationary. He's not flat-footed. He's on the balls of his feet, and he's absolutely sprinting into that gap. And because of that, he ends up scoring the try.
Restart from the Lions. Tian Swanepoel sends it skywards. Another one touching the sky.
Yeah, let's just check it. Let's just check it. Wait, relax. Relax. Time is off. Lucy. I've got a player in the air that's in a position to contest for the ball. And I've got a player that's not in the air. So we're just going to confirm how the player lands. Marius, can we just confirm possible foul play, please? Contest in the air.
All right, Griffin, we're lining it up now.
On field, what I initially had is a player coming from a distance.
Always
not in control
difficult.
of his actions and
These ones, you
making
kick the
contact with
ball off,
person
you've got a player who's standing underneath the
Yeah,
ball.
we're
He's going
looking
to go
at
up, he's wanting to get
Western Province 30.
players are charging down. They
This is
also
the
are
angle.
going for the ball. Eyes on that ball. The player number 13, who's John de Jong, he's also trying to catch that ball. The fact that he's not left the ground to jump, he's looking for that ball. He's thinking he's going to catch it. The other player's jumped up and jumped over his shoulders. It's a rugby collision. It's not there's nothing intentional there regarding Jean de Jong trying to take the player out. He's trying to catch the ball. The fact that he hasn't left his feet does not mean he's not in a realistic position to catch it.
He's not in a realistic position to contest for the ball.
okay. And he makes contact with the person in the
He
air.
makes contact with the person in the air.
He's trying to catch
He's
the ball.
control of his actions. Yeah.
The other player's jumped in the air.
The player lands on his side, on his back.
Yeah, lands on his back.
Okay, that's the yellow card for me.
It's very interesting. I had a big chat
Let me just confirm.
Yeah, just give us time, Griffin.
Okay.
the ref and Morris van der Westhuizen and just make their decision. But before this game
Griffin.
kicked off,
Okay. So Morris, what we do have is a player that is coming from a distance uncontrolled, making contact with the person who's in a realistic position to catch the ball, and then the player lands dangerously on his back. It's a low level of danger yellow card.
Yeah, I can agree with those facts.
All right, yeah. Yeah, so I understand, but he's not in control of his actions. He makes contact with the player and he lands dangerously on his back, so it's a yellow card. Irrespective if your eyes are on the ball the whole time.
I disagree. I'm sorry, I disagree, because Jean de Jong would have caught that ball. If the player hadn't jumped, he would have definitely, without a shadow of doubt, caught that ball. The fact the other player jumped, he put himself in the dangerous position by jumping, went over the shoulders of Jean de Jong, went down to ground. He had nothing to do there. He would have caught the ball. Had a discussion. There were two former legendary Springbok flankers, Val Botman, Andre Venter, arrived to the game together today. And I ended up chatting to Andre, and that was one of the issues that we discussed. And the mistakes we believe that get made where it's compromising the game. And it was exactly that from kickoff that we discussed before the game, and it's taken place in this game. And there has been, I don't think Jean de Jong would have caught that ball. I honestly do believe it.
Isaacs knocks it into the corner for the Lions. Province a man down on the back of that yellow card. Let's see if the Lions can take advantage of this man advantage. In it comes from Pasaki, Landsberg the recipient, and now the rolling ball from the Lions. We saw Western Province successful with their effort, but Western Province appear to be driving the home team backwards. Can they wrap around the corner? No. Referee Colby has told Van den Berg to use the ball, and Tyler Box
Ball's available.
on the crash ball sets the run for the Lions. Here's Pasaki. This Province defense is looking impenetrable right now. Big hit after big hit. Landsberg, the latest recipient, and Sangweni around the corner. Van den Berg changing direction. Isaacs flings one wide and more. Now testing the defenses. Over the line again. It's Boldwin Hansen, the 21-year-old, with a brace in the first half.
Oh, that is so very well worked by this Fidelity ADT Lions team. They worked their way infield to the center of the pitch. Then they reverted back to that side, swung around left, stretched the ball wide. So it goes into the center of the field. Now they change the direction. They come back same side they came from. Great pass by Isaac. Moore does well here. He draws and holds the man on the wing who was the scrum half defending there, and then passes the ball to Boldwin Isaacs.
Thanks, Marty.
Boldwin Hansen does really, really well here. Very acrobatic, gets in, dives, reaches. And this time there's absolutely no doubt that he was in with that try.
Well, that finish far more from the playbook of Edwil van der Merwe, getting those feet in the air, the acrobatic actions of the winger dotting down, and now Isaacs has another challenging conversion attempt from the touchline to make it a 3-point game. That's a clean hit.
Yes.
What is going on here today? High quality kicking from both young number 10s. Isaacs puts another 2 on the board for the Lions.
I think both number 10s been given an opportunity. The distribution there, we speak about the kick from Vaughan Isaacs, the distribution of that ball to Moore. What Moore did with the ball and how he handled that ball, sucked in, just held the defender. He couldn't drift off to Hansen, held him, and then gave that ball. Superb work by these young backs. Moore, Tyler Box, Hansen and Isaacs.
Wolhuter.
Go, play on, knock on.
Jansen van Vieren. Advantage to Western Province, scrum advantage. Similar to Currie. Overkeys at first receiver, quick hands from Dixon. Wolhuter looking to create from the center position.
You've got a clear release. And you've got
Almost similar.
right, so you've got a penalty here for not clear releasing, or 5 offside. 5 is in the midfield.
It's the speed of the play ball. That's the real strength of this Western Province side. When they can recycle ball that quickly, then you can get on the front foot. You can run onto that ball. You catch the defence retreating. Wolhuter was in space. He was looking for the offload, but he just didn't have a clear, and he realised he had to back himself. He had to go. Eventually, he does get tackled here. Stean Pienaar makes a copybook tackle. In he goes straight, and never had time to place that ball.
The line is yours.
Or opportunity to place that ball. We saw in the second minute of the game, they line out from a similar position, ended in a try for Scarra Ntubeni.
Ntubeni feeds Evans again, and it looks like Western Province are making good progress already. The Lions scramble, get in position. But they're coming straight up the guts here, Western Province, and Ntubeni's at the back. He's going over. Try given.
It's not Scarra Ntubeni that scored this time, but it could be any of Kwezo Blozi, Connor Evans. Ball comes in, well taken in the middle of that line out. And set. They drift across, they drift in field, but they stay connected throughout. They keep marching, they keep working. And eventually the try is going to, maybe it could be Keke Morabe. With the number 8 jersey on his back, Keke Morabe in for that try.
Going to get that info quicker with the balls.
Gets the pact on the back from Connor Evans.
Thank you, Mara.
And it really was a team try
You get me, Buzi?
to get the big number 8.
Can you get that
Keke
info quicker
Morabe
when the ball
over
is
that try
down,
line.
please? It was clear on that side. Thanks.
The latest to come off an assembly line of powerful number 8s at Western Province. For those that may remember, Joano Augustus Torki, as they called him. And of course, a player who has spent far too long out with injury this season, Evan Ruas. Wolhuter. Watch the countdown clock. Let's see if the referee's on the same page with us.
He's got to move.
Over it goes, another successful conversion, simpler this time.
No problem for a man of the skills of Kade Wolhuter. Very good collective try. You thought Scarra Ntubeni might have his mitts on it, but he was just in the back, just adding his extra weight to get that across the line. All the forwards in, all of them working together. Great accuracy from Western Province. When you get into that zone, go and get the points.
11 minutes to play in the first half. It's another high-hanging kick from Swanepoels, putting tremendous pressure on this Province side, who are catching it, looking into the sun as well. Making that take all the more impressive from Bloemetjies. Similar. Shimmy with the shoulders to see if the defenders would bite. Isaacs has misjudged it and allowed the ball to bounce. Morabe's onto it. Fires one back in field.
All right, they've got 2 knocks there.
Scrum Western Province.
That's his first mistake for the day. He's had a good game as Vaughan Isaacs. Kicked well. His distribution's been great, and he's had 1 or 2 good kicks as well. Just took his eyes off that ball at the crucial moment. Goes up, turns also. Technically, that ball gets behind him. Doesn't put himself in a good position.
Another opportunity to scrum. See if either of these sides can get the upper hand.
Crouch! Point! Sit!
Massimla quickly taken away by Tienison, and that's knocked on from Jean-Luc Duplessis, coming in on the crash ball.
Again, Marcel Tienison has got the number 6 jersey on, goes into the number 8 position on attack. Quite a difficult move to do in a way, because number 8's trying to pass on the base of the scrum. There should be a scrum off in his way, so sometimes can be difficult. Gets that pass through, just unable to collect it is Jean-Luc Duplessis. And Jean-Luc is usually really good and safe on the ball. He's got great skills.
Just square bit up. Yeah. Thank you, Steve. Thank you.
Blocks in.
Thank you.
Played under 20 rugby for South Africa back in 2014.
And he's just returned from Japan to come and join the Stormers and Western Province.
Last time I'm speaking to you. Let's react when I give the cadence, please, okay? When I say crouch, go to crouch.
Than the Duplessis blood.
Absolutely amazing. The legacy
Time off.
and the quality of rugby players in that family. The Prince of Wings. And one of the most talented centres ever, Michael Duplessis as well.
Time back on.
Carl,
Crouch.
Michael, Jacques. And Willie. Players from the 80s.
I'm from the 80s, bros. Box hard into the contact. A real superstar at Paul Boys High was Tyler Box at the inside centre position, and at 21 years of age, he'll be looking to make his mark in the Currie Cup this season. Van Vieren with the soft hands. Morne van den Berg. Isaacs, you can just see how electric he is when he receives in the number 10 position. Pienaar tackled, isolated behind the gain line. Penalty against the Lions.
We've got a Jackler coming for the ball, side entry number 2.
They were never able to fix the defence of the Lions, of the Western Province. So the Western Province defence just advanced, caught them behind the advantage line. You had Stian Pienaar, who'd moved off the tram lines outside that 15. He came into the centre of the field to receive the ball, caught it behind the advantage line. Just good defence from Western Province. Simple stuff. And they got a man down as well, so really worked it well. Less than a minute to go for Johan de Jong to come back on again.
Yep.
And again, the correct decision made here. Eats up that clock. By the time he's finished kicking, Johan de Jong's back on the field, and perhaps you've got an extra 3 points against your name.
His other penalty came about. Steon Pienaar surrounded by blue and white jerseys.
Yeah, it's just Jaco Visagie coming in from the side to make that clean out. Didn't come in through the gate. And it's because it happened behind that advantage line, becomes really difficult to clean in that situation.
10 seconds.
Wolhuter. Another success from Kade Wolhuter. During the week, he was keen to say how much he values the side of his game, kicking out of hand and off the tee. It's on show tonight.
I'll tell you, these kickers are racking up more points than my wife when she goes shopping. They're just knocking them over.
Oh, bro.
I could be in trouble for saying that.
Oh, yeah. Swanepoel sends it high. De Jong, full of confidence, fresh off the bench. It's the same way that he went into the sin bin. This time he took to the skies. Away from Wolhuter. And under pressure, Duplessis in the back line hangs one high. Davids underneath this. Santal, he gets his hands on it. Shapes up for the hit. Masimla in position. Look at the speed of that ball, and Province are attacking on the outside. Wolhuter gets it away to De Jong. Tracked down by Captain Gordon for the Lions. Masimla under pressure. Wolhuter doing very well at ruck time there. Tiernason with an injection of pace. The offload to Wolhuter. The offload again to Masimla. Now it's Hartenberg. Oh, setting hearts alight. Western Province bringing the heat to Johannesburg this afternoon.
Gee, I don't know where you're going to start on a highlights package for that try, because that was just superb right from the very kickoff. You picked it, you called it when Johan de Jong went up, collected that ball in the air from kickoff. He just got a yellow card because of that, but he still was courageous enough to go and do it. So it started from that point, but it ended down here. The offload from the ground, so the ball never stops. It gets recycled quickly, and then Hartenberg comes in. But it was just exquisite, the whole build-up to this try. The offload of the ground from Wolhuter, that's good. The players running around. You had players coming from depth. We saw Kaiten Blommetjies on the double loop, playing depth out wide, spreading it wide, and direct running. And then there was the Angelo Davids run as well, setting it up. So much to like about that try from the DHL Western Province team.
Kade Wolhuter with another chance to put his skills on display. A challenging kick. About 3 meters clear of the touchline on the tough side for the right-footed kicker. Strike is clean, the flags are up. It is a clinic today.
It really is, and these kicks have not been easy. And the style with which they are scoring the tries as well, that's right down the tail end of it. You got to see the run from Angelo Davids. You got to see the wraparound by Clayton Blommetjies. And then the continuity in the offloading off the ground, top class.
20 points between the sides all of a sudden. Less than 4 minutes to play till the half-time break. Johan de Jong underneath that ball once again from the kickoff. Lee Marvin Mazibuko hard into Peter Janssen van Vieren. Masimla biding this time. Sends one high for Hartenberg to chase. Isaacs underneath this. Hartenberg easily gets there first. The offload in the contact, ambitious from Dixon. Van den Berg, this guy's pure danger. Van den Berg is chasing after this. It looks long.
Oh, he just kicked it too hard. And that is what this Lions team are capable of. From nothing, they can create it and make it. Morne van den Berg, he just kicked that too hard. And I tell you, I think he would have won the foot race as well. Grease Lightning, Morne van den Berg.
Yep.
A couple of years during which, underneath the Mitchell era, and of course the subsequent years where the Lions were the style leaders in South African rugby, running the ball from left to right at all times, kind of feel like that pendulum has swung back to the Cape, where it was historically, of course, back in the Duplessis days.
And that was just based on a really good discipline and a solid fitness base where they used to try and stretch teams and run them ragged, and then in the last 20 minutes pile on the agony, the hurt and the pain, and they did it so successfully in those years.
Fine. Sit.
2 minutes to play till the half-time break. Just look at all those points on the ledger. It has been an exciting start to the Currie Cup here in Gauteng. At the back is Swanepoel. Had very few chances for the counter-attack. Such has been the kick chase of Western Province. Van Rijn underneath this for the blue and white hoops, but it's been knocked on in the end by Western Province, and Connor Evans will not be able to chase after that. Well, the Lions will be itching to get some points on the board before the half-time break. They've let this half slip out of their hands.
They have, and you just feel like it's very important. And I mean, they had the yellow card with Juan de Jong.
You've got to be quicker on this.
But they were unable to really profit on it. He's catching the left knee of Scarra Ntubeni there,
props,
I think.
Get your props, let's go.
Props. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Right now, the Lions are less than just almost a minute to go. They take any form of points. They could just get back into the shed and then move that ledger a little bit.
Bye. Sit.
Take a look at those two scrums. Western Province cranking the pressure.
Didn't stay in the fight. He didn't stay in the fight. Yep, standing up.
Finish on top of you.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a simple decision here for Western Province. And you see what Kade Wolhuter's been doing.
Continue staying in the fight.
Let's take the 3 points, get back into the change room. The scores are 37 points to 14. You're going to be happy.
In the scrum.
Dominant scrum. Really good work.
Thank you.
By Lee Marvin Mazibuko, Scarra Ntubeni and Kwezo Blose. Along with their locks Connor Evans and Ernst van Rijn. There's a picture of concentration. Methodical. Does the same thing. Repeats it. Time and again. We'll look at the pole and then bend over. And that one he is not happy with.
Well, to those of you with sensitive ears, I hope you kept them closed. Kade Wolhuter finally off the mark to end the first half, which has been stellar from the boot for the fly-off of the DHL Western Province. But for the Western Province team as a whole, it has been a free-scoring celebration of rugby, and the Lions were putting up a fight, but they lost their way towards the end of that first half, a way which they must relocate on home ground. This is a competition in which they must succeed under the tutelage of Mziwake Nkosi. And at home at half-time in round one, they trail by 20 points. It's 34-14, Province lead. This is the home of the Fidelity ADT Lions, who are playing their first match in the Currie Cup of 2023, and they're trailing by 20 points at half-time to Western Province. It's 34 points to 14. Warren Brosnahan alongside me in commentary. Bros, where did it go wrong for the Lions in the first half?
Well, I don't think it really went wrong. It was that the Western Province really played some good rugby and took the opportunities and made it count. And you can look at the defensive efforts, perhaps discipline, because you saw the ability at kicking at goal by Kade Wolhuter. But I believe this Lions side, if they can get onto the ball, they can keep the ball. They've shown that they're running with the ball really nicely. They've got some sniping runners. We've seen 2 tries by Boldwin Hansen. So there's definitely ability in this Lions side. They're not behind on the scoreline because they played badly. It's just this Western Province side have been very meticulous, they've been very accurate, and they've executed superbly. And when they've had opportunity, they've gone and taken, and that's perhaps where the Lions have probably dropped the ball a little bit. They're sitting on 44% possession, so they'd want to get more of the ball, spend more time on that ball, ask more questions of this Western Province defence. But then you can also look at the defence of Western Province. It has also been really good and caught them behind the advantage line.
Last year, John Dobson handed over control of the team to Jerome Parvata, this time doing double duty between the URC and the Currie Cup to make sure that these players playing in the Currie Cup are ready to make the step up to URC and have all the same trainings that the URC players have.
Yeah, and they've also kept continuity. They've kept some of the URC players, guys like Clayton Blommetjies in the team, guys like Angelo Davids that have been exposed through URC action. So they've kept those players in the same with the Lions, and I think it's really made for an interesting blend between the youngsters and the experienced players, and we've seen it in the quality of game that has been played.
Up it goes from Swanepoel. He's been putting pressure on Province with these kickoffs, and the same is true this time around. Jean-Luc Duplessis bravely receiving that one under the pressure of the oncoming Lions players. So many youngsters in this pack, including Ruan Delport. You can see there in the 7, just 20 years old. He's featured on the bench in the URC.
Yeah, it's quite amazing. He could still play under 21 rugby.
Masimla over the top and into touch. And Bros, in a certain way, this Currie Cup competition, or the in-between of the URC and age group rugby, it's becoming an almost under 21, under 23 competition, kind of like the Olympics in football with some experienced players in between.
Well, we talk about the history of this Currie Cup, and it's just immense within the South African context and how it's produced Springboks. And that's what it's going to continue to do with these youngsters coming through, rubbing shoulders up and amongst the more experienced campaigner.
Ntubeni feeds to Van der Rijn at the front of the line-out, safe as houses. This time around, Peter Jansen van Vieren with a tremendous piece of play. Smith carries forward. No knock-on is the call. That's a good, strong run from Delport. It's what they need from the 20-year-old. Fasachi. Quick ball for the Lions. Can they do that over the course of a couple of phases? They're slowed down by Province time and again in the first half. Here is the captain, Travis Gordon. Van den Berg. The defensive line of Province holding strong. Jansen van Vieren throws the intercept ball in the end to Masimla. Here comes Keke Morabe. Morabe is a powerhouse, and he throws a speculator to the outside. Fasachi suspected he may be in an offside position. Wisely did not touch the ball. It's a scrum put into the Western Province.
Gee, well, he's got a turn of paces, Keke Morabe. I thought for a moment, is that a front row forward? Well, he's built like one. No, he's a big number 8. Then he ran like a backline player so fast, and that's what you want from a loose forward. You want him to have the strength of a front row forward. You want him to be big, strong, gnarly, but you want him to have the pace of an outside back, and Keke Morabe shows that. Gives the big handoff, stumbles, holds his feet, holds his ground, and probably should have held that pass as well and just recycled the ball. Good work by the big number 8.
Well, he'll be looking to get some URC game time. Of course, Evan Ruas, when he is fit, holds down that number 8 position. Hachiba Daimani, of course, another
exceptionally talented player. Of course, we saw him start off with the Lions, but since he's moved down to the Cape, how well Hachiba Daimani has played. Feel for the Lions in that play series, or whatever you want to call it, because they really built up some good momentum. Just a loose pass, an intercept pass, and did all the good work in the build-up that they had to get in deep into the 22 of Western Province. And it just shows you make one mistake against this Western Province team and they can turn things so quickly against you.
But compared to last year, Bros, Lions were struggling badly. They had all the youngsters. They split their squads, and it really didn't work out that well in terms of results. But plenty of experience for those kids. They're looking much better today than they did.
Oh, they are. Players like Tyler Box, etc. They were thrown in the deep end last year. And it was also a bit situational as well. You had the URC, and it started with the Currie Cup starting in January last year. It was very, very early, and there these 2 new competitions, and the URC was the flavour of the month at that, and it still is. But I mean, it was very difficult and put strain to get the squads operating correctly, and certain sides made decisions as to how they were going to attack that situation.
Look at this scrum battle ongoing in the second half. Here is Tiernison, another one of those players keeping Morabe out of that URC squad. And here is Morabe calling for a forward pass of the Lions. Van der Rijn, seeing that a supporting player may have been ahead of him, holding on to the ball. Wolhuter away to Blommetjies.
Backwards!
Backwards is the call, Davids. Masima. Great hit on Kwenzo Kutleblose. Morabe. The big number 8 born in Kwatwa. Tunisia. Masimla. Relentless pressure of Western Province. Blommetjies switches sides. Masimla sends that away. Tackle made by Ruan Smith. Masimla gets it off his captain, Van der Rijn. The offloads off the ground from Western Province, keeping the movement alive, asking questions of this Lions defense, which is holding strong. Box cleared away. Jean-Luc Duplessis turns to the toe, the grubber to the outside. Puts pressure on the line still.
Again, it's really good play from this Western Province team, and you've got to commend the coaching staff down there. Jono, Dobbo, and the style with which they're playing is just so good, and you can see that it's a happy camp in this Western Province side. The break from number 8 by Tennyson, the run by Keke Morabe was absolutely superb, and we see Reinhard Roots coming on.
And numbers I can just inform the captain.
Big, tall.
Yeah, so we're going to change.
Loose forward. Stroke lock. He can cover both positions.
This is to show you an example of how the Lions have not turned their back on youth this season. On the bench, and number 16, it's 31 years old for the Lions. Van Vieren, and after that, 24, 21 years old, 21 years old, Reinhard Roots, 24 years old, Straldi, 21 Cairns, 20 years old, Nico Steyn, and a 21-year-old in Zaylen Stradom. As Ben Jason
So it's a penalty for you, Necro, against number 5, blue. This is the mark, right?
He obviously picked up a little niggle as Ben Jason Dixon.
Right, so it's a Necro against number 5, blue. Yeah, penalty for you guys.
Ranks, Ben Jason Dixon covering loose forward and lock. What a player he is for Western Province
Taking
Rugby.
a player away from
He's got good leadership potential as well.
Yeah, starting from his prep school, where he was the head boy of Somerset West Primary.
Yeah, spot on. Good kick there from Tian Swanepoel. We'll get the line out, feed 5 meters or so into the half of Western Province. You just feel that Mzwaki and Kosi would have said to his team, we've got to make sure that we are the first team to score in the second half.
I don't stand you guys off. Let's go.
Half-time Huter sounded at 34 points to 14. No score in the second half thus far.
Not my problem, James. Let's go.
Visagie.
You see Lowen Horn.
Gentlemen, can we fix this replacements quicker, please?
Coming on in jersey number 20. And it'll be his Western Province Currie Cup debut. Great moment for Horn.
Yeah. Don't move from it.
The boy's
this is a good gap for me.
His first match.
This is a good gap,
to mention it's Blommetjies' Western Province debut. Just didn't seem like it was a thing at his age.
And the experience he's got.
Visagie feeds. Taken by Reinhard Roots with his first action. Fighting for the ball.
You've got to release, you're a tackler. You've got to release him.
Tennyson blown up.
Can't tackle and continue playing the ball.
Opportunity to
tackler
advance.
Release.
I'll be happy that the Lions now. They've just got to be clever here. Take this, knock this downfield, downtown. Get a line out close to the try line.
Yes.
We saw the previous kick from Tian Swanepoel. It was accurate, it was good. He needs to duplicate that.
Steady influence at the back, Swanepoel.
Yeah, if you tackle assist, you can't continue playing the ball.
Before, it was quite close up to their touchline, so he used the old banana kick. Kicked on the outside of the ball.
Keep it open, Quenzo, keep it open, please.
Open, stand out, ready?
I informed you the line is the middle. Open up, blue. Open up.
Scrum time and line-out time. The set piece is contested in this match. Visagie feeds. Landsberg takes it clean. Sangweni gets it away to box. Strong run from the 12. Van den Berg off to Isaacs. Crucial tackle that. Affected by Hartzenberg in the 25 now.
Yeah, he had to do it on the drift, difficult.
Van den Berg sends it the opposite direction. Here's the hulking figure of Reinhard Roots, and Van den Berg moves it to the left again. Looked like defenders were committed. Stian Pienaar trying to capitalize. Van den Berg, Smith. pinned up against this left-hand side of the field. Van den Berg opens it up, and Stacey Tolle can't hold on.
Number 3 around the neck.
Penalty advantage.
Yeah, probably just asking a little bit too much of a loose head prop to act like an inside centre there. A drifted little pass from Vaughan Isaacs. They've got the penalty.
They're trying to go for the ball, but just diving into the rack, just to mess up our ball.
I'll look for you. I'm not seeing that, but I'll look for you.
Gordon getting a word in with Griffin Colby. Notice throughout this match that Ernst van Rijn has got a very friendly relationship with all of the referees. So crucial as a captain to get in there.
2, 3, and 9.
And to have the referees smiling when they see you.
Yeah, so we got Sazi Sandi, Andre Hugo-Venter in jersey 16, Sandi in 18, and Paul de Vet coming on. 3 substitutes. Andre Venter, the legendary Springbok blindside flank, is in the stadium here to watch his son Andre Hugo-Venter. Great to see.
Huge line out this for the Lions. Visagie feeds. Landsberg takes. They've got a gap to go around the corner on the rolling ball. Sucked in the back. The momentum stopped, but it's still there for the Lions. Can they make that resistance crumble? They cannot. Pick and go. Stacey Tolle in position now. Eyes on Sitola. They've stopped him short, and the Lions are desperate to get over the line. They'll need to retain their composure. It's Van den Berg in position. The forwards are having another dip. What are they doing now? Smith picks and goes. Van den Berg. Ideas seem to be changing on a whim. The pick and go again. Van den Berg now out of position. Slow ball guaranteed for the Lions. Might just have another dip here. One of their big youngsters, Delport on the carry. Van den Berg.
Good pillar defence from Western Province. Good defence.
Not much on offer out wide for Van den Berg as he picks up the ball from the base of the ruck. He has a go himself. They refuse to lose this Western Province defense from the first whistle until this moment in the match. Played off the ground. Smith with the Harbour Bridge pass from the tight head prop. Visagie back on the inside. Van den Berg with some broken field play. Maybe there'll be some gaps in this Province defense, but still they hold strong.
Got to get it wide. Got to get it wide.
Yep.
Isaacs sends it long. Ntubeni recovers the bouncing ball.
Captain.
Griffin Colby's just going to have a word.
No arms tackle. Offside. Not offside. That's a winning now. Thank you. Yep.
But brilliant defence there from
Captain,
DHL Western Province.
Option there, midfield and midfield. Yeah.
They did not want to concede a metre, let alone a try.
No arms tackle.
The Lions have just got to keep on with this. Keep on keeping on. Don't make a mistake. Don't let your foot off the accelerator. Don't let your hand off the neck of your opponent. You've got to get in here for a try. It'll pull you back into the game.
It starts with another line out. Jaco Visagie in his 49th Currie Cup appearance will be taking it.
I'm happy. You can go.
Reinhard Rutz the target again, unsurprisingly. The towering number 19, and now the first defensive effort is peeled away. Connor Evans looking to get his hands on the ball. He's through the center, according to referee Colby, but the Lions are on the march. Where is the ball now?
Broken light.
Over the line, the Lions. Did they get free?
They're on a warning. So there's going to be trouble for someone.
He's got it out of the way. Take it out of the way.
You still got to admire the effort in spite of the yellow card.
100%. You thought the Lions were going to go over. Well, this Western Province side had other thoughts about that.
Young man from Welkom Gym makes his way to the sin bin.
He's had a good game as Keke Marabe. Been strong, physical, abrasive, and quick in that number 8 jersey.
What's the jumping across, please?
No kick Emorabe around. 110, 115 odd kgs out of that rolling maul defense. Maybe the Lions have another dip. Visagie feeds Landsberg at the 4-ball.
Tall and imperious is Landsberg.
Here they come, the Lions. Surely now they must get it down. They've been stopped short. Oh, wow.
I tell you, that is the thing that wins Currie Cups. You've got defense like that. You've got character like that in the team. You know you can build a team on the basis of that. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant by Western Province. They refuse to be budged. They refuse to allow their opposition over the door line, over that line.
Let's set up.
They will shut the door. You thought they had it here. There was depth on this drive. There's talk. It's all happening at the moment for the Lions, and somehow, some way, with a miracle, they save it from this position. Your fly halves in, your centres in, to try and save that situation. Well done, Western Province.
The Lions are thwarted again in the red zone of Western Province.
Locks in.
The difference remains 20 points. 14 men on the field for Western Province for another 8.5 minutes.
Get that squid. Yeah. Crouch. Bye. Time off.
It's as you said,
Okay,
Warren,
time
the
off.
Lions have
We've got
not
a new
been
hooker.
outplayed here for this
Remember the
20-point
breakthrough, please,
deficit.
okay?
No, this has been a good game.
Time is off.
Nzwaki and Kosi and his coaching staff would be happy with how they played. They just would wish and want and need to get them to get their opportunity, take their opportunities when they're presented. They've had 2, 3, 4 goes now in this zone and been unable to come back with a score. Every time that Western Province have gone into that zone, they've come back with points, come back with the 5 points with the conversion every single time.
Sit.
And a free kick. Insult to injury for the Lions pack. A man to the good, by the way, the Lions pack.
So their leadership have got to talk. They've got to keep this team positive. They've got to keep them going. They've got to keep them bubbling. Got to keep them throwing their body at that barnyard door. Can't get despondent. Can't let the shoulders sag.
Clearance from Wolhuter. Put into the line-out. Will be with the Lions.
A few moments ago it was 5 meters from the try line. Now it's just short of 40.
2-1.
You mentioned those ages on the bench. Not a lot of experience to come off the timber for the Lions.
And that tells a story in itself, doesn't it?
Yeah.
6 consecutive penalties, all against Western Province.
Visagie feeds, Landsberg off the top to Van den Berg.
Hard and direct.
Here's
The
Gordon,
ball.
captain of the Lions. Wrapping around the corner, Isaacs trying to ignite some forward momentum. Steon Pienaar's pass was adjudged to be forward to Jared Cairns.
Gee, it's a pity that pass was forward. You had Paul de Wet. They had an aggressive outside-in defence there, Western Province. Paul de Wet left that defensive line and rushed forward. They're trying to get the pass in behind his back here. There's Paul de Wet. He's rushed. So they're trying to get that. If they can get that ball into his hands, they're over the advantage line and the game's on.
Let's go, please.
Jared Cairns, young Paul Ruiz boy. On and loose forwards for the Lions. He'll be very familiar with a number of these Province youngsters on the field. This is just going to be such a great place for young players to prove themselves here in the Currie Cup this season, in conjunction with the URC, with all the franchises knowing better how to manage the situation.
Sit.
Paul de Wet. On from a similar. Battle at scrum time continues. No concerted effort from the Lions, and the penalty comes the way of the blue and white hoops.
You're taking too long.
Oh, I think Wolhuter's just pointed at the post, guys.
Yeah, I can't believe it if he has. Because that is going to be an absolute
Once you see
monster.
my hand, you can play then.
The kick that he had on that 5 meter line, or 5 yard line from touch, just behind the halfway, only just made it over. This is going to be more in front of the uprights.
kan nie verder gaan.
Look at the smile on the face of
plaas.
the support staff.
Cool.
This is the joy of rugby, folks, right here.
But that's got to be all at 59 metres, if not 60 on the angle.
Said in an interview he enjoys the individual responsibility of kicking from the tee. And if you've been watching the first half, the one that he missed was one of the easier ones. Wolhuter, take it away.
This needs to be a good strike, head down, and a big swing.
It was a clean hit. It was a clean hit. But it has gone away from the posts, unsuccessful from Kade Wolhuter, and the Lions clear their lines gratefully, but he certainly had the distance.
Oh, he had the distance and some. He could have gone behind that 10-yard line. And he only just missed it as well.
Lion subs.
We've got more substitutions coming on.
Number 1.
We've got Leon Lyons coming on in jersey 17
Yeah, 7
for Western Province. We've got Ruan Stroley,
Okay, cool, he's coming.
as well as Morgan Nordia coming on for the Lions. Of course, Morgan Nordia spent a long time playing for the Pumas and got recruited out of the Pumas here into the Lions. A really accomplished loose head prop.
Fenter
In the 5.
feeds to Tiernason, quickly away. Jean-Luc Duplessis, who's been doing great work as a crash ball inside centre, which is not his usual role. Cairns with a big hit, brings the turnover for the Lions.
I say absolutely amazing when you compare that first half and it was endless tries, and 6 of them in that first half between the two sides. Scoreboard hasn't been troubled. It's been a lot of possession for the Lions, a lot of territory for the Lions, a lot of resolute defence. I mean, 73 tackles the Western Province side have been requested to make, opposed to the 50 from the Lions. Lions have missed 5. Western Province only 3 out of those 73 tackles.
Coach!
We're sitting at 37% possession at the moment, Western Province. Just shows how accurate they've been.
Sit!
The difference between working hard and working smart.
When they've had that ball.
Van den Berg sends one over the top. Well,
Direct.
That's a mistake from Van den Berg. But you talk about working. You are working hard in defence, don't you worry. If you're the one that's making all the tackles, you are working. And that's certainly what this Western Province side are doing. The Lions must just not keep up. They've got to stick with it. Can't let their heads sag.
And for all the great running of the Stormers, of course, they are built on their defence as well. And John Dobson happens to be their coach, and he's the coach of the Currie Cup side this year as well.
You can adjust. Okay, you can adjust.
Andre
You can adjust.
Hijo Venter. Ernst van Rijn fighting at the front of the line out. That change was made
Going
at
down by
half-time
blue.
after
Going
some
down by
line-out
blue.
struggles, and breaking away now and running free. It's Lowenhorn, chopped down in the tackle by Cairns. Venter, the pick and go, settling things for Western Province, securing that possession. Here's the Lions. De Vet, way to Jean-Luc Duplessis. It's crash ball only for the number 12 today. Tiernason, presentation excellent. Forward come Western Province, 14 against 15, putting the pressure on all the same. Blommetjies cutting in, Wolhuter quickly, away to Davids. Ball still alive, and Wolhuter takes it to ground. De Vet. Western Province. The players bunched up in the midfield, but the knock-on comes from Paul De Vet, and that's a relief for the Lions.
Now the ball just got caught up in the feet of the player at the ruck as he tried to play it. Paul De Vet, always a nightmare for the scrum halves. You got to pull it out of the ruck before you start trying to pass it. Pull it up, bring it up to the chest, get it out of there.
Let's go. Sit up.
But the hands and the movement
Time off.
from this Western Province team, you almost sometimes get the idea they're playing a bit of touch rugby on the beach, and there's a little bit of contact interspersed in amongst it. Yeah, it comes out, just gets caught
Fine.
onto the feet of the player from that next ruck. From
Right,
Paul
let's
De
set up.
Vet.
Let's
Darren
go.
Landsberg, well, he's been really good at line out time. He's got good ball, he's been a good source of possession.
Yep.
Fringe player for the Lions just last season, and as you said, with the Pumas as well, winning that Currie Cup. And it just goes to show how much development can happen in 1 year, and Landsberg is now becoming an option for the URC team.
Yeah, without a doubt, and a good option as well.
Hips.
Crouch. Bind. Sit. Mind the ball 9.
Van den Berg clears for Tyler Box. Crash ball from Box. This is comfort zone. The clearance from Vaughan Isaacs is a solid one up to the halfway line.
Yeah, good target set by Tyler Box from scrum in your 22. And then the kick from Vaughan Isaacs, he absolutely thumped it. And got it onto the halfway line. So they've salvaged the position that they were in now, the Lions, but they've got to get their ball back again. Because Western Province, when they've got ball and they've got that continuity, so dangerous.
20 seconds remaining on the yellow card. Fenter feeds the back of the line out. Well, the line out has improved immeasurably for Western Province in the second half, and that rolling maul is very well formulated.
Advantage shot entry.
The Lions, yes, indeed, engaging in cynical actions in order to bring an end to
Shot entry number 2.
forward motion from Western Province. The tap and goes from Paul de Vet. He gets it away to Duplessis. Some gaps forming in the Lions' defense, but Swanepoel can't capitalize. No knock-on advantage.
That's fine. Knock on yet.
From Western Province, but indeed a knock-on advantage to Western Province. They'll have to put into the scrum.
Yeah, referee Griffin Colby was just playing the advantage there. There were a couple of knock-ons, and both teams had their opportunity to profit from it. Tian Swanepoel can kick himself. He'd really like to pull that ground ball up off the ground. They were in behind the defensive line of Western Province, and he's playing with a smile at the moment, isn't he, Clayton Blommick? He's been so good in the URC, and it's just great to see him continuing here in Currie Cup. Very experienced. He's, of course, spent many seasons with the Cheetahs. He's played overseas as well.
Crouch. Sit. Bind. Sit.
De Vet to feed.
All right, now. Both teams, let's get it better. Let's get it better, both teams. Time off. Let's just move a bit.
Has gone a step too far this time for Ruan Smith.
Time is off.
Hopefully he's just not injured too badly. Getting a little bit of attention from the medics at the moment, Ruan Smith. He's had a really good game. He's trying to contribute to the tight loose.
Got dangerous.
Of course, this Lions side, it's all about who's going to be holding up that title. In what is it, 16 weeks' time, because it's 14 weeks of consecutive rugby action, then the semi-final, then the final. We've had the Lions have won this much coveted, and every rugby player in the game in South Africa wants to hold that Currie Cup up. It's an amazing experience to run onto the field in a Currie Cup final. Lions have won it 11 times in their history, and of course no one's won it more than Western Province. 34 Currie Cup titles. The Bulls are sitting on 25. This guy's not sitting very happy at the moment. Big Ruan Smith, 23 kgs, and struggling a bit at the moment, I think, of the groin or a little bit of a knock into the
All right, Suppis, mate. Let's get the water off and start.
stomach area. I think he's been replaced by Kabos
Water off.
Besatanot.
Indeed he has. If you're calling Ruan Smith a big boy at 123, then take a look at Kabos at 130 kilograms, 21 years of age.
He's a Kempton Park High player, played in that final,
Let's get
at under 21
control,
final last
please.
year, where the Lions lost against the Blue Bulls.
Time back on. Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Sazi
Down
Sandi
that side.
on the near side of your screen in the
that side.
blue and white hoops.
Slip.
formerly the head boy of St Andrews College, and this one of the statistically rare occasions on which two St Andrews boys took to the field in a Currie Cup match. One from the opposite side in Matt Moore, and Sazi Sandi in the front rankers of Western Province.
Yeah, Sazi Sandi's got to be careful of the feet slipping out like that. He can get penalised. He says it was just a slip.
Squat.
Crouch. Sit. Bye. Sit.
Pulled a bit. 15 on 15 now.
Advantage. Number 9 also offside.
Penalty advantage to Western Province off of a scrum.
You're trapping him, you're holding him in, but first infringement, not staying square. You can't hold him in the breakdown, yeah. Not staying straight.
It's been an
and
interesting
offside,
battle,
number
bros,
9.
but Province getting the penalties now. They're winning it, really.
Starting to get those penalties. Getting territorial domination. They'd be happy they spend all the rest of this game in this area here. They've been so accurate from line out going into drive, 5 metres out. This time they're going to be a bit further, 8-9 metres from their try line. Under Venter.
Connor Evans at the front of the line out. No contest from the Lions this time, choosing rather to set that rolling maul defence and lock it in. But Western Province making progress all the same. Andre Venter staying faithfully tucked into the boot, falling over their own feet.
Try
given to Andre Venter. He made it happen somehow.
Again, it's from their drive, and they have been so good. That's it, but this one broke down, fell down onto the ground, 5 metres or so out. The angle from here is going to be good. They've fractured the defence of the Lions. He gets it, backs himself. He's no stranger to the try line as Andre Venter.
Thanks.
Even though he's got that number 2 number on his back, he can score a try or two.
Scoreboard not flattering the home team at this point. As Kade Wolhuter lines up another conversion. Off screen, Jean-Luc Duplessis makes his way from the field. Kade Wolhuter. Flags raised once again. He's back on song. 41 points to 14.
Now, amazing for Western Province, because the big thing, and this is what John Dobson would be so happy about, when they get into position, they go and score. We've seen Lions in that position numerous times in this second half, and they have failed to trouble the scoreboard. And that really is the difference between these two teams.
It goes. It's really impressive restarts that Tiaan Swanepoel has. Put tremendous pressure on the opposition. Pulled the vet and fast. Stays in field. That's a rough one from the youngster. He'll be very disappointed in that. It might be Sherwood off the bench, and the Lions have an attacking opportunity through Kabos Bezuidenhout.
Over.
Set free by Steyn. Advantage is over. Looks like he might be in danger of getting turned over their box. One-off runners for the Lions right now, and Steon Pienaar is the latest of those. The muscle-bound number 14 gets put to ground, and this is straight on, clearing from the base.
Good hands from Darian Landsberg.
Isaacs away to Roots, keeps it moving wide. Now it's Nico Steyn. Oh.
That goal!
Got up out of the uncompleted tackle, and he's put the Lions about 2 meters out from the line. Province trying for the turnover. Massive opportunity for the team in white and red, the home team. They'll be desperate to satisfy their fans here. Jared Cairns, the Cape Town boy, carries it in. Wrapping around the corner, quick ball needed for the Lions to catch this Province defence napping. Not there, but over the line goes Reinhard Roots.
Just reward for all the hard work that has come in from this Fidelity ADT Lions side. We saw the run from Zalinger Stratum down that right-hand flank. He showed a lot of pace. He's big, he's tall. He got the guy forward, and then it was their big lock replacement. Reinhard Roots picks this ball up here in the number 19 jersey, goes down, and he's allowed to place that ball in any direction. Goes down, now he can place it, and he places it in front on the try line. Reinhard Roots in for their first try, their first score in the second half for the Lions.
Vaughan Isaacs hails from Craddock, attended Marlow. SA under-20 player in 2019. Over it goes, the flag's raised, and the Lions have another 2 points on the ledger.
Great work here by Roots. Has a little look, realizes what work he's got to do, the job he's got to execute, and he does so successfully.
Clayton Blommetjies. Blommetjies goes central. Vaughan Isaacs responds.
I think he's had a good game as Vaughan Isaacs. He hasn't had, obviously there have been times when they haven't had the ball, but he's made some good decisions. He's kicked one at goal. He's got a good offloading game. He's big and strong. He's got some pedigree, and it's a big chance for him and opportunity at the moment to play in that number 10 jersey.
That was taken to the line. Venter feeds the front. Debutant Dylan Leeus on for Western Province. They call him DeLion. Here's Paul de Wit. Kek Imorabe. Back, of course, from that stint in the Sunburn. To the box, putting in a full effort to roll away. Volleys are away to Blommetjies. Always taking a look at a possible
I was happy with the release. Play on.
Darian Landsberg stolen that one clean, and Kabos Bezuidenhout comes powering forward.
That's good work by Kabos Bezuidenhout.
Steyn, who's wearing the 23 jersey. Nikus Steyn. Here's Pinar. Trying to find a gap up the guts. The Lions retaining possession now. This is the initiative they need to see. Steyn gets it away. It's spread by Swanepoel, and now Isaacs gets it moving to the outside. This is what the people want to see.
Playing without the ball.
Yep, Tyler Box tackling the player without the ball. Kade Wolhuter sees the humor in the situation, and Tienersen.
Yeah, so it's 5 meters away from the mark. Let's see what happened here.
How about Marcel Tienersen and how he's revolutionized this game in the last year and a half?
No, he's been playing some good rugby, and he's interchangeable. You see him in the playing on the flank position, and he pops into the number 8. Crucial player to have, a guy with that kind of adaptability. Ball thrown out loosely in those wide channels by the Lions. You don't want to be doing that. You don't want to be giving the ball over and handing it out. You've got to be more secure on that ball. Here it is here. Australia
He didn't see it, but
goes in. He's done a good job, but he does not need to pass the ball like that.
Comes off injury.
That's where the player gets tackled without the ball, and he dives on it,
right.
does Taylor Box.
Sorry, I just got a little bit of. Can I get some ice down?
Almost like a surf life saving when you're doing the flags and you're jiving for the flags and you shoulder one of the other runners or contestants out. Darian Landsberg, he's had his time with injury, so you'd be hoping he hasn't picked up another, because he's had a good game here today. There's Landsberg.
Just a word on the Western Province side and how they're maximizing the talent in the Cape region, which of course is something which is unique to them. Not as many rugby schools in the Joburg and Gauteng region, but 100 players from Super League A and B, which is club rugby, not school rugby, but club rugby in the Cape region. They called 100 players in Western Province to come and trial for the province team and enter into high performance conditioning program. And out of that, they extracted about 6 players from the likes of SK Warmers, Durbell, CPUT, and UWC and the like. It's really great to see.
No, it's absolutely brilliant, and it's good that there's a channel for the players to come through that channel. Taken up here by Bruce Sherwood, another youngster, probably one of the youngest ever to play in the Currie Cup. He's only 18 years of age, straight out of Bishops last year.
Tremendous pressure on Michael van Vieren, a player vastly more experienced at 31 years of age. Cairns. He's had a great deal of energy since coming onto the field, Cairns. 20 points between the sides, and Isaacs sends it long. Wolhuter underneath that ball. He has been absolutely spectacular, as has Blommetjies. Hasn't set a foot wrong, really. Driving that one towards the touchline. Tiaan Swanepoel to respond.
Direct.
Kicked it direct as Tiaan Swanepoel. We've seen 1 or 2 mistakes like that. We saw the kick from Morne van den Berg that went straight out into touch. Now one from Tiaan Swanepoel. This hands over possession in a really good field position to this Western Province team.
Not all doom and gloom for the Lions going forward. 13 more matches after this, bros.
No, I think they will certainly build on this, and a bit of Morgan Nordia getting a bit of attention. He would have been itching to get a bit of a run and get some game time.
Captain, understand your player is injured.
Those Currie Cup appearances.
Every time both teams are slow.
No. It was you now.
For the Pumas team.
So I'm just saying mindset.
He played many a game on that loose head position and anchored that scrum.
One of those unfortunate few who was at the Mpumalanga Pumas up until 2021.
And just missed it. And just missed the final.
Good.
I'm sure Jimmy Stonehouse was telling him, listen, we're going to win the Currie Cup next year, boy. Just stick around.
Who would have said? It's actually quite incredible. And the Pumas, of course, playing tomorrow against, just up the road here at Loftus Versfeld, playing against the Blue Bulls, the Currie Cup champions. Who would have thought? The Airling Pumas defending their title, and they start with a game against the Blue Bulls tomorrow.
Venter feeds, Dylan DeLeeuw receives. You'll see plenty more of this young man who was schooled at Paul Roos and Stellenberg as well, apparently. Another penalty advantage to Western Province. This rolling maul has been truly destructive, and it's brought the pain once again.
Yeah, what Western Province have just done better when they come to the drivings, they just stayed tighter. They haven't allowed the Lions players to fragment them.
Balls.
Currie Cup is a long competition, so the decision here, they've got their bonus point, 100% the right thing. You want to be economical about how you go and gain your victory. How you go and fetch your victory, especially when you're playing away from home. Take the 3 points, just rack those points up, increase your points difference, eat up the clock, make the game safe. It's the right decision. Take the 3 points. As I mentioned, 14 consecutive weeks, and you got to try and balance it, because the URC is also going to come up, and some of these games when the Currie Cup's played, there's going to be URC games. You got next up for this team here. They've got a tough run. They've got the Blue Bulls next up, have Western Province, DHL Western Province. And then after that, and that's at Loftus, and then it's Sharks in Durban. The same week in that game against the Sharks in Durban, they are playing Leinster from Ireland as well. So they'll be stretched that weekend.
We've got 10 seconds.
Wolhuter shooting for 3. Flags are up.
He's been impressive today. Really impressive. There's Kade Wolhuter. He's missed 2. The one you could definitely excuse him for missing. It was an absolute monster of a kick, nearly 60 meters. The other was also a tough kick. He's been very accurate, and he's controlled the game so very well. Has Kade Wolhuter.
Swanepoel with yet another restart and yet another quality one.
That is brilliant. Really good. Enough time for your forwards to get underneath it and put pressure. And so play resumes within the 22 for Western Province purely because of the kick from Swanepoel.
Juan de Jong underneath it once again. Got a yellow card in the first half, which may have been slightly harsh on the man.
Ball's out.
Wolhuter sends one long, safely into touch. No quick throw possibility for the Lions, and
Just be careful
Western
to keep with your
Province
hands.
putting a padlock on this match.
Yeah, because the ball's out then.
Yeah, they really are, and it's actually quite incredible because they've made a lot more tackles than the Lions in this game. Yet they dominate the scoreline, 44 points to 21. Sitting on 86 tackles, asked to make, missed 4. Lions have been asked to make 69, missed 5.
Landsberg, it's had a stellar game. Bart sends one round the back, and now it's sailing a straight on, chopped down. Here comes Steyn. Brilliant defense again from Western Province. The never say die attitude. Here in the final 5 minutes, they continue to scramble. Steyn.
Then blue
Right
offside.
to Roots. Penalty advantage waiting. Steyn again. Quicker ball for the Lions here in the final 5 minutes. Gordon, the captain, goes to ground. Powering through is Jared Cairns. The try's on, surely. White line fever strikes Tyler Box.
Offside number 10. We'll kick the ball away now.
A couple of the players came around the
Offside
corner
number 10.
defensively
This is the mark.
in an offside position for Western Province. They knew they were stretched. They had to chase it. They had to get around quickly. Taken quickly by Nico Steyn. Has he got there?
Try to the Lions. It's Nico Steyn rising up. The replacement. He's added energy, and now he's added 5 points.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, we saw Sanhele Nahamba against the Blue Bull, against the Bulls, score in similar fashion, but from further out. Taken quickly, he sees that all the Western Province's players are napping, probably looking at the ref, waiting for the decision, taps it and goes himself.
Isaacs adds the extra 2. No problems there. It's 44 points to 28. The home team trails.
And importantly, it brings the bonus point as well for this Lions side. Very well done there by Nico Steyn, the 20-year-old. Played SA under 20 last year. He's got a lot of talent, is this man, Nico Steyn.
Thank you.
Wolhuter in the final 3 minutes now. This round 1 Currie Cup clash of 2023, and the captain of the Lions has not given up. Travis Gordon, the young number 8. Isaacs to Tyler Box. Box with the dummy and straighten. Steyn back for Isaacs. The inside ball to Pinar. The offload quality. Where was this rugby from the Lions for the opening 77 minutes? Sailing a straight on. Steyn. Oh, Michael van Vieren. Just felt the fire in the solar plexus. Vaughan Isaacs sends it to Tyler Box. That's a dodgy old pass. Hartzenberg snatches it clean out of the sky. The offload is a good one to Wolhuter. Western Province keeping this ball alive. Morabe dealing with the defender off to Venter. Finally, they set a breakdown. Paul de Vet looking for options. The offload to Dylan DeLeeuw. DeLion tackled to ground. Here's Sazi Sunday.
Leave it down, White! You missed it!
Nico Steyn without a jersey now. Try scorer for the Lions. DeLeeuw hunted and pounded backwards by Nordia.
No. Hands up.
Absolute chaos at the breakdown, and Steyn in his now black shirt picks it upfield. Hartzenberg, look at the pace of this man. Boldwin Hansen trying to hunt him down. Hartzenberg deals with his defender, and now he's chucking it straight up the guts of Emirates Airline Park. DeLion on the run, the inside ball to De Jong.
Okay.
Wow. It's breathless stuff here in Gauteng this afternoon, and this is the joy that the Currie Cup can bring. And there's a stalwart of the cup itself, a man who once lifted the trophy, Hartzenberg, set the move
Let's
off,
go, guys, set up.
caught up with
Let's set
Leeus,
up.
who linked
Gentlemen, let's
with
set
the
up.
man
It's
who
out
was
of play.
once the
Let's
captain of
go.
Western Province, De Jong. He just couldn't hold on.
Get your props. Let's go. Get your props. Let's go.
We'll have a scrum to the Lions under the shadow of their own
Let's go.
posts. As time ticks away, it has been a great effort from this Lions side, considering that
Time
last
is
year,
off.
of course,
Let's go,
they
gentlemen.
finished 7th out of 7 teams,
set
having
up
won
if you're
2
here.
out of 12 matches. And there is your standout player of the match, Kade Wolhuter,
You don't need him to set up. Set up, please.
running the show from
No,
the
no.
first
You
whistle
guys
to the
must get
last.
there.
Really, his kicking off the tee has been spectacular. Out of hand, he controls matches with his boot. And perhaps is very much of the reason why Western Province were able to capitalize on their opportunities in the first half, while the Lions left many out to pasture.
Bye. Gentlemen, it's both of you get the side, please. Keep the gap, okay? Thank you. Yeah. I think it's both of them. I'll send them back now. Get it right, please. Get it right. Keep that gap. Yeah.
Squat. Hips.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Penalty to the Lions, 16 points between the teams as the hooter has sounded in the background. So 2 converted tries and then some. And really that is not too much to go home crying about for the Lions. As for Western Province, of course, they continue their good form translated from the URC now into a new competition. There's a feel-good factor around the side from the Cape. But as for the Lions, these 16 points that they're trading to Western Province, the remaining matches that they have left to them, which are 13 matches, as there are 8 teams in the Currie Cup this season, one should expect this Lions side to come together quite handsomely. All these young players that were blooded last season, that will be coming good in 2023, but time will tell.
Over the
Michael
15.
van Vieren feeds the back of the line out, and surprise, surprise, it's Darian Landsberg receiving once again. It's been a steady set of hands for this Lions team, who are finding gaps in the province defense late on, but that knock-on leads to a turnover in possession, and Suleiman Hartzenberg will launch it downfield and into touch to bring a close to this round 1 Currie Cup match, in which Western Province are victorious on foreign lands. They've come to Emirates Airline Park in Gauteng and laid claim to the Lions once more. They have their number in the URC. They've got it in the Currie Cup as well. Great match for the winger for the Lions. Boldwin Hansen, just 21 years old. So many youngsters getting some experience, and there's one of them getting his debut today, Lowen Horn from Paul Boys High in the 20 jersey for Western Province. Others like Ernst van Rijn showing that he can straddle the URC and the Currie Cup and give the experience on to the youngsters, as well as pushing the Stormers towards that second URC title push. Dylan DeVue, another debutant at Scarra Ntubeni, the very opposite of a debutant at 32 years of age, making his 69th appearance. And that balance in the province side really bringing them the goods today. Angelo Davids on the wing and Sazi Sunday off the bench. But there's Juan de Jong. Came back to province last year and he's been making it happen ever since. Spent all those years out at the Wasps. But the Currie Cup winning captain from back in the day is back in the blue and white hoops. But after the 44-28 victory for Province, we're going down to the touchlines where Warren Brosnahan is ready with an interview.
Okay. Travis, disappointing results getting the loss, but there's a lot of work that you put in there that you can be very proud of.
Yeah, there were a lot of good things today. Unfortunately, our error rate was just too high, and they capitalized on that. So kudos to Province for that. We're going to have a good hard look at ourselves on Monday, and we're back to the drawing board for next week.
That stands in the second half when you're down in their half, 5-10 meters out, just couldn't get over the try line. How difficult was it to breach that try line?
Yeah, again, to Province defense was fantastic there. We just had to be more clinical. We had the opportunities, we just couldn't capitalize. So again, we're going to look at it, and next week will be better.
You had a couple of experienced players, but also a couple of youngsters got an opportunity. Baldwin Hansen, 2 tries, a few other players, good opportunity for them to get a run.
Yeah, it's exciting. We've got some very exciting youngsters coming through, and we can couple that with some very good experienced players. So we're excited for the rest of the season, and we just keep going.
Talk to me, you got Mbombela next week against the Pumas.
It's good. We know it's a tough fixture there. We played them in a warm-up game, but we're excited. It's a Lekker Stadium, going to be a good game.
Travis, thank you very much, and well done today, and we're looking forward to see how you progress through this Currie Cup.
Thank you so much, Ross.
Cheers. That's Travis Gordon, their captain, and Ernst Ernst van Ryan. Ernst, great win. I mean, that was a fantastic game of rugby. You scored some quality tries there.
Yeah, I think, Bryce, it was a good first outing. Obviously, happy to get the 5 points. Never easy to come to Ellis Park and get the win and the bonus point. But I think there's a lot to work on. I think we let in some soft tries, not our standard. But obviously, great start for us and some of the guys getting their chances. And I think some guys put up their hands.
Talking about chances, you took your chances in that first half. I mean, you basically won that game in that first half. You scored some great tries. Okay, some from drive, but some really good tries, especially that one by Suleiman Hartsman.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that's something that we try and make as our DNA with a solid set piece and actually getting reward there. But then also when we need it, we can take it out wide and also play the kicking game. I think that's how our game's evolved, and we can just build on that.
Ernst, tell us about some of the youngsters that made their debut today. Delu, Horn, Sherwood. Future's looking very bright for Western Province Rugby.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's great to see the young guys that bring a new energy. Very keen to play. So yeah, really excited for them and getting their first bite, and now they can just build on it. And yeah, the future's definitely bright. And yeah, I think we just want to take the union to the next step and keep going.
We look into the future. It's Loftus next week. The Blue Bulls, that's going to be an interesting one as well.
Yeah, it's always an interesting one. There's obviously a bit of personal emotions with that. But yeah, we'll make sure we have a good week. And whatever team's going up there, we'll make sure to do the jersey proud.
Fantastic, and well played today.
Thanks. Thanks.
Cheers, very well.
Thanks.
Thank you.